What's good? It's your girl Debbs and welcome back to Remi Talks, and today we'll be talking about self-love. I even took the time out to make this ugly sign with my eyeliner, but you know, just a little something different. Might be childish, but we're going to be talking about self-love. So I believe it goes along with what I talked about last week, which was self-awareness, knowing who you are, because once you know who you are, you need to start loving who you are. And once you love yourself, you need to also start enhancing yourself, okay? So I know that just sounded confusing how I just said that, but when I start talking about it, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, you just got to show yourself that same care and that same support that you would show to your friends or your family or even a stranger. Like, that's the treatment you need to give to yourself, because you deserve that treatment. You deserve that treatment first, and you don't need to wait for nobody to do that for you or give you that love, that care, that support. You start by giving it to yourself. I know it was blurry for that second, but it's all good. Y'all get the memo. You need to allow yourself to be humans, because sometimes we beat ourselves up too much because of a mistake that we made. And once you do that, like almost every single day, like I used to do in the past, it makes you hate yourself. Like, man, I can't get nothing right, I can't do this, blah 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 blah, and you're just like, you know what, you just have this self-hate, which shouldn't be, because you're lit, you're everything. Like, there's no reason why we should be hating ourselves, because God did not create us to hate ourselves. Okay, I don't know who burning the house down, but they just made me forget what I was trying to say. As soon as you make that mistake, you make that wrong decision, or you even sinned against God, whatever it is, as long as you realize it, you just go to Him and you ask Him for forgiveness. You look at your mistake and try to work on it, try to make it better, that you don't fall into that same thing all over again. And life is a learning process. Ain't nobody perfect. We're not perfect. You're not going to have it together in one day, in some hours, in a week, not even in some months. Sometimes it might take years, but the fact that you realized what you're doing wrong and trying to work on it, that is the part that is important. That is the part that matters, because that's when you're actually learning and understanding that you're not perfect, but you're willing to be a better person by correcting your mistakes. So don't beat yourself up too much about your mistakes. You know, you're human, so you need to continue to love yourself. Even if you make a mistake, be like, all right, I'm gonna do it better tomorrow, I'm gonna do it better. You know, don't sit there and start saying negative things about yourself, like, oh, I'm not good, I'm not perfect, I can never get this, blah blah, because those things will allow you to hate yourself, and you're not trying to hate yourself, because like I said, you lit. I wish I knew how to edit to put the like fire emoji, but I ain't that advanced yet. And that also goes along with renewing your mind, because sometimes we can be stuck in the past and allow the past to hold us from living out our future. When I realized who I was, everything was good, but another step to trying to love myself, it wasn't that easy as it sounds. Like, sometimes you try to move on from the things that happened in the past or you did in the past, and then it's just like, once you replay it in your mind, that feeling just comes back all over again, you know, trying to tear you down, bring you down. But you have to remember that it's a learning process. You know, you gotta keep going, keep pushing yourself to know that you are lit, that you the best, that you the stuff, that you off the hook, you off the chain. And you just gotta keep going and just keep telling yourself that I love myself, I love myself, I love who I am, I love who I'm becoming, and all this good stuff. You just gotta keep telling yourself. It's a daily thing, it's a process, but eventually you'll get there if you are determined to want to see the light. You get what I'm saying? You have to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for everything that you've done wrong. Forgive yourself for everything that you probably just did wrong some seconds ago. You just have to forgive yourself and just work towards those things, not to do it again, and just to become an even more better version of yourself. Like I say, you have to start enhancing yourself, and that's all that matters. And this is one thing that also helped me when you know, I was going through all that, trying to cross over from knowing myself to loving myself. Self-talk. Self-talk, I know it sounds stupid, like, why would I talk to myself? Why would I just sit there, stop talking to myself? But I had no friends. I had nobody to talk to, or I wouldn't talk to nobody, because that's how isolated I was, I guess. And talking to myself really helped me. Like, you know, you just talk about your problems. Like I said, it sounds stupid, but it really helps. Just talking to yourself about your problems, about who you are, what you want to do. Like, just talking about yourself to yourself. It really helps. It sounds dumb and stupid, like, why would I do that? But if you're trying to really love yourself, you might want to try it. It might not work for you, but try it, because it worked for me. Like, just talking to myself, talking to God, to the Holy Spirit, just by myself in my room, you know, like, just thinking about who you're, like, I should be doing this, I'm capable of this, deep down I know I can do. Just telling yourself all the positive things, and it will push you towards self-love. Because once you have self-love, your life will be so much better. Having self-love will just give you this, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it will give you this confidence. It will give you this confidence and fearlessness about yourself. Like, loving yourself makes you live a better life. I don't know how to explain it, but self-love is so important. So important. And how can you love yourself? I mean, how can you expect someone to love you if you don't love yourself? You have to love yourself first. Don't wait, like I said before, don't wait for somebody to come and love you, give you that care, that support, you know, all that stuff you're looking for. No, do it to yourself first, because that's where it all starts. You gotta be your own life coach. Everything that you would tell a friend or a family member or even a stranger, like I said earlier, to help them and encourage them in their life, take your own advice and do it to yourself. That's what I did. I was so good at helping everybody else with their problems and all this good stuff, but when it was me, I'm like, how come it's so easy for me to help somebody else, but when it comes to me, it's so difficult? So it's like, you know what, take your own advice. So I started doing that. Everything I would tell people, or, you know, even see on the internet, I would start applying it to my life. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it at the end. Like, when you stay consistent and keep doing it, keep telling yourself this and that, you know, if you gotta write it out, but do what you gotta do to let yourself know that you are the best thing that has ever happened. And you got to realize that first. If you want people to realize that, you got to realize that first. You have to know it in you first before you can believe it from somebody else. Like, people would always tell me, like, oh, you know you're beautiful, oh, you know you this, you know you that. And I'll be like, yeah, I guess, you know. But I never really felt that. Like, they would say it and I would smile like, okay, yeah, cool, sounds so cute, you're beautiful, you're a blessing from God. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not a blessing from God. Like, that ain't what my life is showing right now. But once I got closer to God and did all these things that I'm telling you guys, and people start saying it, I started believing it. I started telling myself that. Like, some days I just come home, I have like a long mirror, I just come home and I turn on some hype music. I just be having a party with myself, just celebrating myself, just being happy with the person that I've become, that I am becoming, and just, you know, just saying, Debbie, like, you're the best thing ever, I love you, and all this. I just say positive things to myself, and it has really helped me. And, you know, that's how I stay happy too. Having self-love allows you to stay happy, very happy, and have that peace. Like, you don't need that approval from nobody, because you know who you are, you know what you're capable of, and you're your first supporter. So as long as you got yourself, you good. You got God, you good. You got the Holy Spirit and Jesus Christ, you good. Having self-love just lets you live a free life. You don't feel the need to be attached to anybody or needing that love from, I mean, we're still humans, you know, it's good to get that love, but you won't need it, if that makes sense. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. But once you love yourself, you just feel so satisfied and content. Like, if somebody don't like you, bye. Just get to step in. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have that self-love, it's like you feel like you need people to fill that void. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys really get what I'm saying, because I feel like I'm just all over the place, but it's just a lot that I don't even know how to bring it into one video. But I'm trying my best. I'm new to this, but this is really a big step for me, just finally opening up and sharing my life, stuff I learned with all of you guys, because I want you guys to live a good life, a peaceful life, a happier life like I'm living now, because I was coming from darkness into all this light, and it's just sometimes it's just so overwhelming. Like, what did I do to deserve this, you know? So I just want to share with people so that you guys can also see the light, live that happy life that you see yourself living, and just be the best version of yourself, you know? So with that being said, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys got a lot from it. I know it was all over the place, but just try to listen to what I'm actually saying and get the point, and just work on your daily walk with self-love, with God. And I'm telling you, once you get to the end, well, we'll never get to the end, because, you know, it's a non-ending process, but once you get to that place where you know your life is gonna be lit. I think that's the highlight word of this video, lit. Yeah, so with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I hope it was helpful, and yeah, see you guys in my next video. Oh, before I forget, so since I'm starting, we need a name. We need a name. I don't want nothing like everybody, like gang this, squad this, team this. We need something like juicy. And you know, I got a few names already, but if you guys know anything that we could call ourselves, leave it in the comments down below. But if not, I think I got something. It's kind of weird, but y'all gonna get used to it. Y'all just gonna have to get used to it. So love you guys, and thank you for all your support.